All right, everyone, here's the data from the stickleback population. So they're looking at a difference between 13 generations. We're looking at armor as a trait, and we're also looking at speed. Now, I want to remind you that armor and speed are connected here. The speed is impacted by the armor because if the fish has a lot of armor, it will go slower. And if the fish has less armor, it will be able to swim faster because it's lighter. So what we're seeing here is that 13 generations ago, there's like pretty high variation. There's an individual in every single trait. We are seeing way more stickleback fish with a lot of armor, which means that the majority of them were not moving as fast. Now, I think back to the article that we read, and it talked about two types of predators. It talked about the dragonfly nymph, and it talked about the salmon. Now, the nymph moved really quickly in the water, and the salmon was 120 pounds, so probably didn't move as fast as the nymph. So that could be playing a role here. I'm curious as to like which predator maybe increased, and then because as we can see, after 13 generations, the population completely changed. So the sticklebacks now don't have a lot of armor. The majority of the sticklebacks have way less armor, which means that they're faster. And so I just think it's curious which predator, could have caused that to change. So the question here that you'll be answering is what caused the stickleback population to have less armor and become faster? Now, it is important to note that there is an individual in every single trait. So, we've been talking about how certain populations, when they experience natural selection, there's an adaptive trait, which is the trait that is beneficial, and that individual will be able to survive longer and reproduce and then pass on its traits. So something happened here in these 13 generations, and it's causing the heavier fish, the slower fish, to die out, and it's allowing the lighter, faster fish to reproduce more and then take over the population. So when we come to the question, what caused the stickleback population to have less armor and become faster? Claim 1 says the sticklebacks have less armor so that they can escape predators. And then claim 2 says the sticklebacks have less armor so that they can catch prey. So go ahead and answer in the Google form which claim you think is correct. Give us an explanation. This is just a prediction at this point, and we'll start analyzing evidence soon.